In 2009, Yokohama City University began examining the issues affecting Asian countries. YCU felt that discussing issues related to the environment, urban planning, and public health was essential in helping the people who live in this region. It was soon after this that the International Academic Consortium for Sustainable Cities, or IACSC, was created in a joint effort between YCU and 6 Asian universities for the purpose of advancing research and education. The first IACSC symposium was held in August 2010 in Yokohama, during which the role of sustainable cities and universities was discussed, and debates were held on urban planning and public health. The next year, the symposium was hosted by University Science Malaysia and concluded with a declaration of the Penang Action Plan that defined the future direction for the IACSC. The main topic of the third symposium, hosted by Thammasat University in Bangkok, was the reconstruction of cities. The previous year, a disastrous earthquake in Japan, serious flooding in Thailand, and other such disasters had occurred. So this topic was considered to be extremely important and discussed accordingly. It was during this year that Yokohama City University and the World Bank jointly established and formulated an educational program under the title of the Sustainable Urban Development Program, SUDP. The symposium was hosted by the University of the Philippines in 2013 and Vietnam National University in 2014, during which transforming cities and sustainable development were discussed, among other topics. The symposium in the Philippines deepened connections with international organizations by a contribution such as a keynote speech delivered by the Vice President of the Asian Development Bank and a lecture offered by the Philippines office of the Japan International Cooperation Agency. The sixth symposium in 2015 was once again held in Yokohama, with the main topic being global partnership and local initiatives for sustainable cities. It was attended by a large number of universities. The Sustainable Development Goals were enacted by the United Nations in the fall of this year, and many goals were established, including goals toward improvement of environmental ecology, the economy, and against climate change. The Paris Agreement was also concluded at this time, with many nations signing up to participate in realizing a carbon-free society. All of these goals are closely associated with IACSC activities. In 2016 and 2017, respectively, University Science Malaysia and Thammasat University were selected to host the symposium for a second time. The topics discussed included prosperous urban living and well-being of sustainable living in an aging population era. The University of the Philippines was the host again in 2018, following on from the fourth symposium of 2013, and Universitas Hasanuddin in Indonesia hosted the 2019 edition for the first time in August of that year. The novel coronavirus pandemic began to spread throughout the world from the beginning of December 2019, imposing restrictions on activities of all kinds and deeply impacting international programs and projects. Vietnam National University decided in 2020 that a cancellation could be avoided by holding a hybrid version of the symposium in order to connect all universities concerned before the pandemic was contained. In addition to universities and local authorities, IACSC activities have continued in this manner with the support of the related organizations listed here. And now in 2021, the 12th symposium is hosted in Yokohama for the third time, but this time in a hybrid format. Under the theme Co-Creating Solutions to Urban Challenges Beyond the Pandemic, we must redefine the role of higher education and the IACSC through discussion between policymakers, scholars, and each one of you. The times have clearly changed. We will continue to spread the word about what universities can do for Asian people into the future.